5 News This Morning starts now.
Arkansas State Police investigating after a Fort Smith man died while in custody. How the city's police chief is responding is ahead.
And as you're walking outside this morning, seeing quite a bit of cloud cover, maybe a little bit of sunshine to start, but clouds will continue to build in as well as rain chances. Talk more about that coming up.
He is super resilient and he is just growing and thriving, and we're super proud of the opportunities that he's been given.
And the cutest little boy from Roland will soon be featured in the bright lights of Times Square as he advocates for those with Down syndrome. We'll share his and his family's story ahead.
But first, a live look outside in Rogers. Good morning to you there. It's 6:30. Thanks so much for waking up with us here on 5 News This Morning and 5 News This Morning Plus. I feel like we're off to a great start because it's Friday. You can't be mad at a Friday.
You cannot, and it's going to be a good weekend. Maybe a little rain though, Danny, but hey, you don't have to go out and water the plants.
Yeah, well, that should be some good news there. And it's not going to be a washout by any means, but we're starting to see some of that rain move into our area. You can see into eastern Oklahoma, starting to see that especially in Adair County. A little bit some moderate rainfall headed towards Washington County. So if you're in kind of Washington County, just be mindful over the next hour or so. We'll start to see that creep into the neck of the woods. And then for LaFleur County and the Sequoia County, starting to see it move in there as well. So those rain chances will continue to move from west to east later today. So if you're heading up to the bus stop, let's say in the next half hour, if you're in eastern Oklahoma, definitely have the rain gear. If you're in portions of northwest Arkansas and the River Valley, other parts of the River Valley, won't be too bad, but I think definitely by about 8, 9 o'clock, we'll start to see that rain chance move, especially farther east. So have the rain gear just in case, because those showers will continue as you head into recess and as you're heading home, really no matter where you are in the region. Now, in terms of what we're expecting for the next couple of days, the rain chance is going to be for us tonight. You can see that rain is starting to move in as we speak. Storm chance is a little bit better for us tonight. Could see some stronger thunderstorms as well. Nothing widespread severe, but some stronger thunderstorms nonetheless. And this weekend, starting tomorrow, is looking pretty nice. Maybe some isolated showers early. Otherwise, comfortable conditions, and really couldn't ask for a much better early September weekend. We'll talk more about it, though, coming up in your full forecast. We'll take a live look now outside at your traffic on this Friday morning. Take a live look in Ozark along I-40 at exit 37. Tonight's game of the week is in Ozark against Boonville, and conditions, again, maybe could see a stray shower for high school football games today, including in Ozark. We'll talk more about that, as well as the rest of your weekend forecast coming up in about 15 minutes. Joe and Tiffany.
Well, speaking of football Friday night, that's what we're talking about right now. We're excited, and we're going to Ozark for that game. It's going to be a big one.
Yeah, that's where Boonville will take the field tonight against Ozark for a big matchup. 5 News reporter Jacob Luthi is joining us live with a preview of that football Friday night game of the week. Good morning, Jacob.
Yeah, good morning, Tiffany. Good morning, Joe. We are right here in Ozark at Hillbilly Stadium for this matchup between Boonville and Ozark. This dates back to 1924. The two teams have been playing consistently since the 1950s. This is a really big game. The whole community comes out. I spoke to head coach Doc Crowley yesterday for Boonville. He says that their team does a team breakfast in the morning. He says that the whole community comes out and supports. He says this is a really big game, but we're right here at Hillbilly Stadium, and we're with Coach Josh Watson. Good morning to you. How are you doing this morning?
Doing great.
For the first time in 14 years, you're leading this team. Talk to me a little bit about a new coach. This is your first year, first new coach in 14 years. Talk to me a little bit about what it's been like. You know, you coming off a win last week. How excited are you for tonight?
Oh, I'm excited to see what this matchup's about. You know, talking to the kids and being around the kids all summer, you know it's a huge matchup. You know it means a lot to the community, to the kids, both communities, and so I'm excited for a good Friday night football game, and I think it's going to deliver.
Talk to me a little bit about what you know about this rivalry. Just speaking with Coach Crowley yesterday, just talk to me a little bit about what you know about it and how fun it is to have your boys playing in this.
Oh, yeah. Anytime you can get a rivalry game with anybody, it's fun. You know, the kids enjoy that. The kids get excited for it. The community shows up. The community shows out for it. And so it's a great deal, and this rivalry is a big one. We open the season with 3 rivalries. You get Clarksville, you get Boonville, then you get Charleston. So that's unique that you get to play 3 rivalry games back to back. And, this one's one that has gone Boonville's way the last 5 years, and we're looking to turn that page and get it going our way. And I think the kids are hungry for that this year also.
I was just going to ask you about that. You just mentioned it. Boonville's won the last 5 matchups. How do you turn it around?
Well, I mean, it's just belief. You got to believe you can do it. If you don't believe you can do it, you're not going to do it. And so, this summer we talked about it all summer. We got to beat Boonville, beat the Bearcats. We called it up on that throughout the summer, and you know, just trying to get some belief with the kids that they can get it done. And there's no doubt we have the ability to. We worked hard all summer to be, you know, in shape and ready for an early season four-quarter matchup.
Perfect. Well, thank you, Coach. Well, game kicks off right here at Hillbilly Stadium at 7 p.m. tonight. A little bit later, we're hoping to speak with one of the players. So go ahead and stick with us, and I'll go ahead and send it back to you.
All right, thanks for that, Jacob. Well, our 5 News sports team will be out capturing the action across the area. They'll bring you the highlights tonight on 5 News starting at 10:15. Well, Arkansas and Arkansas State will meet at War Memorial Stadium for an in-state matchup tomorrow. But it could also be the last time the Razorbacks ever play at War Memorial Stadium.
The team's contract to play there in Little Rock expires this year. The former War Memorial Stadium Commission member Shane Broadway said that conversations for the future of the stadium have been ongoing for years. He says other new ideas will have to fill the stadium.
My hope is that leadership and everyone involved will continue to have discussions and figure out what is the future for the stadium and find a way to keep using it.
He said high school football championships and the Little Rock Rangers will likely stay there at the stadium, though there's also a potential for concerts and other college football teams to play in Little Rock as well.
Well, the Northwest Arkansas Naturals are preparing for their final weekend at home.
And tonight they're choosing to spend it giving back. 5 News reporter Emily Moss joining us live at Arvest Ballpark with more. Good morning.
Good morning, Joe and Tiffany. It's been 2 months since the deadly flooding in Kerr County, Texas. Now, the Texas League, which includes the Naturals, are holding a fundraiser to help rebuild the community baseball fields that were lost. Tonight, fans can bid on Hill Country jerseys. They can also bid on them online. The money will go directly towards rebuilding the Ingram Little League field. The San Antonio team began the fundraiser on their own, inspiring the other teams to join in. General Manager Justin Cole says they feel like they needed to do everything they could do to help.
Specific to the Naturals, us being a member of this league, a long-standing member of this league, and knowing how it's impacted some of our partner communities, you know, I think we felt when the opportunity was there and all the other teams are able to join in, it made a lot of sense, and hopefully, you know, we're just playing a small part, but hopefully a meaningful small part in some of the recovery that they're going with down there.
If you're coming to the game tonight, the jerseys will actually be worn by the players that are up for auction. But if you're not, they're going to be also bidded online. So if you're not coming to the game, you can still support by placing those bids on the website. Back to you.
All right, thanks so much for that, Emily. All right, so right now we're talking about this little guy right here, Jude
Oh my
Bonner.
goodness, he's the cutest thing that you've ever seen.
And this weekend is a big weekend for him.
Yes, because he's actually going to be on a billboard in Times Square for a video presentation. And it's a big honor, but it has a bigger purpose because the mission of this is to raise awareness about Down syndrome. We had the chance to sit down with him and his family and hear their story. Check it out.
I'll get you cookies. Come on.
Jude is almost 3 years old. He's a toddler in every sense of the word, and he's very busy.
Summer Bonner tells us that they're excited for thousands of people to see the smiling face they love so much.
Jude is going to be shown on the video board in Times Square as part of the National Down Syndrome Society. He's a buddy walk for this year.
A walk with events nationwide meant to advocate, promote acceptance, and inclusion for those with Down syndrome.
As a society, we're kind of taught to fear Down syndrome, to be afraid of what's going to happen next, but having Jude and seeing all the amazing things that he's done has really taught us that it's not something that you have to be afraid of.
They cheer on their little fighter every step of the way.
He had open heart surgery at about 6 months old, so he's overcome a lot. Been through some hard stuff as a family and with him, but he is super resilient and he is just growing and thriving, and we're super proud of the opportunities that he's been given and how well he's done and grown throughout his life so far, and we are looking forward to what's next. So is he.
And while the future is bright for Jude,
he's brought a lot of happiness to us and to a lot of other people, and he's been a huge blessing.
Right now, they're focusing on seeing his name in the bright lights of the Big Apple, and Big Sis is pretty excited.
I think it's
Take
neat.
it, girl.
I think it's cool, and it's cool that Jude gets to be in it.
I agree with her. It's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, no, it is. And, you know, I feel like just it's an honor, right, to be chosen to be a part of that because you were saying there were so many.
Thousands applied for this. They just said they sent in that Halloween picture just for fun to see what happened. And of course he was chosen. How could you not choose him? Because he's so cute. The whole time I was working on this story, I was just smiling ear to ear the whole time. But I think the really neat part about this is it's all for a bigger cause, right? So they have a team called Jude's Dudes. It's open for anyone to join. They're going to be doing that walk virtually. And if you want to do it, you can do it too. And all you have to do is go make a donation on the National Down Syndrome Society's website. And then if you want to watch and be a part of that fun too, you can also watch on their Facebook page, the National Down Syndrome Society's Facebook page tomorrow morning around 8:30. He's supposed to be sometime before 9 a.m.
Okay, we'll definitely be tuning in. We'll be rooting for you. Absolutely, he's adorable. Almost 3?
Almost 3.
Love it.